out by a barrage of more than 4,300 rockets in 20 minutes, the largest in its history.
At 6:30 a.m. on October 7th, 2023, the world held its breath as Hamas militants used paragliders to invade an Israeli music festival, leaving hundreds dead and sparking a conflict that has drawn in some of the world's most powerful nations. Since then, airstrikes have devastated Gaza and tensions have spilled beyond borders, with cyberattacks and missile launches testing global alliances. As war increasingly relies on advanced drones, AI-powered surveillance, and silent cyber battles, one question looms larger than ever. If a global conflict breaks out, how will technology reshape the battlefield? The modern battlefield is no longer confined to soldiers on the ground or jets in the sky. It's evolved into something far more complex, with technology sitting at the heart of almost every military strategy. If you've been following the Israel-Hamas conflict, you've already seen how advanced technology is shaping how wars are fought. Take Israel's Iron Dome as an example. This highly sophisticated missile defense system intercepts incoming rockets with an impressive success rate, saving countless lives and minimizing damage. The way it works is almost like something out of a science fiction movie. Rockets are detected in the sky and the Iron Dome launches its own missiles to destroy them before they can hit their targets. For Israel, this system has become a shield against the constant barrage of missiles from groups like Hamas and Hezbollah.
Israeli defense forces claim hundreds of rockets have been launched towards Israel by Iran. Pictures show some of those rockets being intercepted by...
But technology isn't one-sided. Hamas and Hezbollah have stepped up their game too. With backing from countries like Iran, they've gained access to more advanced rockets and weaponry. What makes today's conflicts even more alarming is how the battlefield has expanded. It's not just about physical territories anymore, it includes air, space, and cyberspace. Drones patrol the skies, gathering intelligence or delivering precise strikes. Satellites orbit the Earth, providing critical data to military operations. And then there's cyberspace, where hackers can cripple a nation's infrastructure without ever leaving their desks. The modern battlefield is no longer confined to borders. It's global, interconnected, and relentless. The idea of drones and robots taking over the battlefield isn't science fiction anymore. It's happening right in front of us. Drones are already a game changer, used for everything from spying on enemy movements to launching precise airstrikes. They're even being used for tasks like delivering supplies to troops in hard-to-reach areas. They've become the perfect tool for modern warfare. Efficient, cost-effective, and most importantly, able to operate without putting human lives at immediate risk. But the real leap forward lies in the potential of autonomous robots. Imagine machines that can move, think, and even fight without needing a human to guide them in real time. These robots could operate in the most hostile environments, places too dangerous for any human soldier to survive. Whether it's navigating through toxic war zones, extreme weather, or heavily armed enemy lines, robots could take on roles that humans simply can't. For countries with the resources to develop this kind of technology, it could reduce the reliance on human soldiers and, in theory, save lives. Of course, there are huge challenges that come with this kind of advancement. One of the biggest concerns is ethics. Can we trust a machine to decide who lives and who dies? Humans have a moral compass, imperfect as it may be, that help guide decisions in the heat of battle. Robots don't have that. If a robot makes a mistake, who's held accountable? There's also the fear of misuse. In the wrong hands, autonomous robots could become weapons of oppression.
The Commission on the National Defense Strategy recently warned senators the United States is unprepared for a devastating cyber war that will bring life in towns and cities across America to a standstill.
Cyber warfare has become one of the most powerful tools in modern conflicts. Unlike traditional battles fought with guns and tanks, these fights happen behind computer screens, in the shadows, where the damage can be just as devastating. The scary thing about cyber attacks is that they don't need borders. A hacker sitting thousands of miles away can bring an entire city to its knees with just a few clicks. One of the most vulnerable targets in cyber warfare is power grids. Imagine an entire region plunged into darkness because a cyber attack shut down its electricity. It's not just about losing lights or Wi-Fi, it means hospitals can't function, food storage facilities fail, and transportation systems grind to a halt. Blackouts caused by cyber attacks have the potential to cripple daily life in a way that physical attacks can't. Another key target is the financial system. Banks and stock markets depend heavily on secure networks to function, and a well-executed cyber attack could wipe out savings, disrupt transactions, or crash entire economies. The ripple effect would be massive, not just for individuals, but for nations trying to fund their defenses during a conflict. The idea of waking up one day and seeing your entire financial system wiped out is terrifying, but entirely possible in this new era of warfare. Communication networks are another prime target. In the chaos of war, clear communication is critical for coordination, whether it's among military units or between a government and its citizens. A cyber attack that disrupts these networks can cause confusion, delay responses, and create panic. It's a silent yet deadly weapon, striking at the very foundation of organized resistance.
And 86% of cyber business leaders believe that the geopolitical instability makes a catastrophic cyber event likely.
Countries like China and Russia are already leading the charge in cyber warfare, conducting thousands of cyber attacks each month. These attacks range from stealing sensitive data to spreading misinformation and disabling critical infrastructure. What makes cyber warfare even more dangerous is how difficult it is to trace the attacker. A single hack could come from a state-sponsored group or an individual with no clear ties to any government, making retaliation tricky and sometimes impossible.
So artificial intelligence allows you to absorb massive amounts of complex information very rapidly to assist humans in their decision making. And theoretically, you can actually program the computers to make the decisions themselves.
Artificial intelligence is changing everything about warfare, from how battles are planned to how they are fought. AI has the power to process vast amounts of data in seconds, helping military leaders make faster and smarter decisions. In a conflict where every second counts, this kind of speed and precision can mean the difference between victory and defeat. One of the most promising uses of AI is its ability to predict enemy movements. By analyzing patterns in troop deployments, satellite imagery, and even communication signals, AI systems can give armies a heads up about where and when an attack might happen. It's like having an incredibly smart chess player who can anticipate every move your opponent is about to make. AI is also playing a big role in controlling autonomous weapons. These are machines that can act independently without needing a human to guide them every step of the way. From drones that can identify and strike targets to ground robots that patrol dangerous areas, AI-driven weapons are becoming more common in military arsenals. They can take on missions that are too risky for humans, which can save lives on one side of the conflict, but it's not without controversy. Surveillance is another area where AI shines. AI-powered satellites can monitor entire regions, tracking movements and identifying potential threats with pinpoint accuracy. These systems can operate 24/7, providing constant updates and reducing the chances of surprises on the battlefield. For countries with advanced military technology, this kind of surveillance is like having eyes in the sky that never blink. But with all this power comes significant risks. The idea of autonomous AI systems operating without human oversight is both fascinating and terrifying. What happens if an AI misinterprets data and makes a catastrophic decision? Machines don't understand the complexities of human life and morality. They see targets and objectives, not the broader consequences of their actions. There's also the concern of systems being hacked or malfunctioning, which could lead to devastating outcomes. Countries like the US, China, and Russia are pouring billions into AI research, each trying to outpace the others in this technological race. Whoever leads in AI might hold a massive advantage in any future conflict, and that's why this competition is so intense. But the more we rely on AI in warfare, the greater the stakes become. A single error or misuse could escalate a conflict beyond anyone's control. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.